What's going on, Pixel Nation? My name is Colin, and I've long threatened Mark and Jay that I would post a video to the Pixel Enemy main channel. I'm finally getting around to doing that because I have something to say, and I feel that this is probably the best audience in which to get this out there, not because I think you're the culprits, but because I think you can help. Now, before we get into the subject matter at hand, and where I explain what DBAD stands for, I do just want to let you know that if you're feeling the urge to go to the comments section and write telling me that my aim is poor, that my awareness fails me, and that I should revive teammates that I just walked right past, or perhaps, you just want to let me know that I'm in no way qualified to give pro tips on this game, that's okay. You can write the comment if you want, but you'd be telling me something that I already know. That being said, I do feel that I have a couple of useful tidbits of information to share, because I've noticed a trend lately, no, an epidemic lately, and although this game has been out for 9 months, it seems that some people still don't get it. Now, you might be wondering why I'm using this gameplay, close quarters using the M5K, I'm using a laser sight, extended mags, and no optics. Now, I'm going to talk about the optics a little bit later, but if you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner where my squad's identified, this is the first game I got into with random teammates in about 2 weeks, where absolutely everyone decided to take stock of who was running what specs, and everyone picked complementary squad specs. That's amazing. It shouldn't be amazing, but it is absolutely mind-boggling that this actually happened, in a good way. Now, if you're the type of player that is kind of new to Battlefield, doesn't necessarily have the skill set necessary to kick ass, take names, and really help your team, one thing that you can do in order to help your team out without firing a single shot, even if you're perched atop the highest mountain in the game with your ballistic scope and a bolt-action sniper rifle, and you're trying to get those 2-kilometer-long headshots for fun, for the trophy value, even you can help your team. And how do you do that, you say? Well, it's pretty simple. When you spawn into the game or you join a squad, take a look at what everyone else is running for squad specs and pick something different. I know that it seems tempting that if 2 of your squad mates are running sprint, for you to run sprint also. However, contrary to what might be intuitive, that doesn't make you run 3 times as fast. Perhaps you want to have triple the ammo. Again, that doesn't work. Only 1 squad spec counts. You might as well pick something different in order to make your squad the most effective. And as I said, you don't have to fire a shot. You don't have to capture an objective. Nothing. Just doing that is going to help your team win the game. Now, in my personal opinion, and there are a number of different schools of thought, but because of the suppression mechanic in Battlefield, I feel that the most important squad spec, especially for players that like to get close to the action, is squad cover. I typically always run that, and when I spawned into the squad, I was pleasantly surprised that somebody was already running squad cover. Somebody else was running squad suppression and squad frag, so I picked up ammo. Now, these close quarters maps might benefit a little bit from sprint, but really that's a judgment call. Based on your playstyle, you can choose whatever you like, just don't choose the same thing that your other teammates are using. So, how can you instantly become a better Battlefield player? That's where DBAD comes in. Don't be a dumbass. Now, as I've seen in the past, Pixel Nation is pretty tuned into the game, so I'm not accusing you guys of doing this. Now, if you've watched this video so far and go, oh, he's talking about me, it's pretty simple. You get to fix this immediately. Next time you go into the game, stop being a dumbass, and you're immediately a better player. Now, for those of you that already do this and already have this awareness, this is the solution that I propose. I did this in a game the other day, and it worked. I couldn't believe it worked, but it worked. Now, as much as you want to take to the chat and say to your squad mates, hey, stop being fucking retards and change your specs. Don't do that. Don't take that approach, because it's counterproductive. Even though the message is correct, the delivery is all wrong, and you'll find that you don't have constructive results. Politely ask your squad mates. You can even name them by name. If they have duplicate specs, hey guys, could you please change to this or that? Whatever you think you need in order to complement your playstyle, and you would actually be surprised at the number of times that you'll get a response and that they will actually change those specs in order to help the squad. It's amazing, I know, but a little bit of kindness goes a long way, even in first-person shooters where the goal is to ultimately murder other players. I know, it seems quite ironic, but it works for me. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is why I'm running the M5K without any optics. And that's because I kind of want to talk about customization and Battlefield 4. Now, one thing that was I found great about Battlefield 3 is the level of customization that DICE brought to the game. Yes, I know I just walked in there with only 16 bullets and got my ass handed to me. That was one of those awareness failures that I talked about at the beginning of the video. But anyway, also I'm running the M320, and what I'm doing with that is shooting it at flags that I think that either I'm going to attack or that my teammates are attacking, so that I can ensure there's no C4 on the flags, because in previous games in this lobby, that was a favored tactic of the opposing team, shall we say. Now, in Battlefield 4, do you want to see the same level of customization, more or less than was present in Battlefield 3? Now, the previous Battlefield title, which was Bad Company 2, you had the ability to do some customization on your kit, but if you wanted to put an optical sight on there, for example, you had to give something up. So that took up your first spec slot. You couldn't run sprint or extra ammo frags, etc. if you were running an optics sight. Do you agree with that? I'm kind of on the fence about this, which is why I want to throw it out there and get your opinions. Because I think that, you know, it's great for everyone to be able to trick out their weapon to their favorite specifications, but you get the best of all worlds. Now, it's kind of irrelevant when teammates run around and everyone runs the exact same squad spec, but is it too powerful that you can actually have 4 different specializations applied to your squad, as well as whatever attachments you want anywhere on your weapon? Should you have to maybe give up one attachment in order to run a squad spec? Don't know. I'm just throwing that out there as an idea, because I did find that, you know, in Bad Company 2 especially, if you wanted to run sprint, for example, and run faster, maybe you wanted extra frags so you could have more noob tubes, more smoke grenades, more 40mm shotgun shells, whatever the case may be, you had to get proficient with your iron sights. And I think that, you know, that put a premium on some skills. That in Battlefield 3, you don't have to worry about that. You get to run whatever sight you want on whatever weapon with whatever spec. And that combination can make you extremely powerful. So anyway, I just had some thoughts around that I wanted to share and just get your take on it. And I was disappointed to hear that there's not going to be a Bad Company 3 before Battlefield 4, because I really did enjoy Bad Company 2. I really enjoy Battlefield 3. I'm a huge fan of both games. But DICE is getting a second kick at the can here. Battlefield 3 was the first game on a new engine, and when you put that in perspective, I think they did a pretty damn good job. So, you know, without having to focus on the tech of a new engine, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come up with next. Anyway, give me your thoughts on Battlefield 4. Let me know with a rating or comment if you liked this video or not. I always appreciate honest feedback. Let me know if you want to see me here again ever on Pixel Enemy. And be sure to check out my channel if you enjoy what you see, because I do post videos frequently that offer even less insight than I've offered in this one, and the occasional live commentary that demonstrates that in reality I should probably attend some anger management classes. Anyway, that is it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers. We'll talk soon.